What gets you through the day? Perhaps you're listening to this early in the morning. They go up on YouTube at 6 a.m. every morning. I'm not always up then, although I often am with a small family. And you can't help but wonder when you're up early, what is going to get me through today? So for some people, that's maybe a cup of coffee, a strong one to begin with, or a big bowl of cereal. I don't know, what is it for you? A guy named George Muller in the 1800s ran an orphanage. He was a Christian and he was determined to care for some of the most vulnerable in society, young children who had lost their parents. It took a lot, I should think, for George Muller to get through the day. Where was the strength going to come from? Well, for George Muller, he knew that his strength was in knowing the joy of the Lord. Here's what he wrote in his diary in 1841. May 1841. The first great and primary business to which I attend to every day was to have my soul happy in the Lord. He had a lot to attend to each day, a lot that could have grabbed his attention from the word go. But he knew that the most important thing for him as a Christian was to be happy in Jesus as soon as the day began. The Apostle Paul knew that too, as he wrote to the church in Philippi. He would have been aware of it in his own lockdown under house arrest. That's why he writes what he writes in the next few verses we're looking at in Philippians, verses 25 and 26 of Philippians chapter 1. Here's what he writes. Since I am persuaded of this, he's just been debating whether he will live or die, but he's persuaded that he'll live. Since I am persuaded of this, I know that I will remain and continue with you all for your progress and joy in the faith, so that because of my coming to you again, your boasting in Christ Jesus may abound. Paul saw it as his ministry as an apostle, as one who taught and encouraged and built up other Christians. He saw it as his mission to make sure that their joy in the faith was growing. The joy of the Lord is our strength. I've sometimes heard it said wrongly that the Lord is interested not in us being happy but in being holy. Well, that's a bit like a doctor saying, I'm interested in you being well, not in you being free of disease. The two things are the same. They're two sides of the same coin. And in the same way, holiness and happiness go together. God is always interested in our happiness, in our joy. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Without that, we won't get through the day. So, as you begin the day, any day, make sure that you are getting yourself happy in Jesus. Read the Bible. Make sure that your eyes are focused on Christ and what he has done for you so that you are happy in him. Dwell on his promises that give you joy. If you need to do something else as well, do it. Sing. Sing a song that makes you happy in Jesus. But make sure that your joy is in him and that you are joyful in him. Pray and ask God to give you that each day.